Here. Okay, recording in progress. We are here to talk about personal branding. Last week we talked about our the way that we dress being our signature. People might never have another opportunity, you might not have an opportunity to make a first impression. So you'll never have a second chance to make a first impression. So today we are going to continue with how to dress for success, and kindly allow me to do a recap for those who were not on the call last week so that you can understand where we are coming from. Okay, so yes, the recap, your first impression is always the lasting impression. And last week, we talked about building your professional wardrobe, irrespective of what level you are in the business. We dress for success. So when you're building your professional wardrobe, remember, shop smart, think in advance about what you're going to wear. Look out for very good sales. I know there are people out there who think that to look good, you must wear expensive clothes, but that's not the case. You need to invest in what lasts long. Choose some statement pieces, buy the essentials, and then we can be able to carry it from there. So we have 4 different kinds of dressing, and last week we handled what we call the business professional. Today we are going to spend a little bit of more time in the business ready, the business casual, and the casual. Sorry, that is an error. The 4th one is a casual. So what we are saying right now is if you have to question something, then do not wear it, okay? If you're uncomfortable in it, you don't have to wear it, okay? So it's very, very important that we take note of those. There are different kinds of dresses, and you need to know how to dress when and for what event. Okay, great. So yes, last week we talked about business professional. Of course, that whenever you have, for example, a meeting and you are going to prospect, or you have been invited for an event. For example, here in Uganda, we have events at Imperial Royale. We have to make sure that we dress business professional. Remember, we have to look at our colors. We have to minimize our patterns, dots, lines, and things like that. Plain colors are always more preferable. We even can get back to choosing the colors in certain ranges of colors like black, brown, navy blue, shouting colors like red, yellow, green, those colors may not be very, very good, especially when you are dressing up business professional. The rule of thumb is you have to minimize attention. So very importantly, now today we are going to learn how to dress business ready, Now business ready is just one level lower from business professional. Yeah, so in that case, that means that if you are a man and you remove a jacket, and you're still wearing your tie, then you are business ready, okay? So on a normal working day, on a normal day when you're going to prospect, I would advise to dress up business ready, okay? So of course, when we talk about from top to bottom, last time we talked about the hair, the jewelry, we talked about, the shoes, the socks. So it's very, very important. Okay, now, I think you can see those ladies in the photo. They're not suited up, one is wearing a dress, and the other one is wearing pants. And remember, if you want to look at your professional wardrobe, you need to at least have some basics. We talked about a black skirt, a black pant for the ladies, a top, so those ladies are business ready. What makes them business ready? One, the color of the outfit, it's very light purple, but can still go and pass for a day when you're going to prospect, when you are going to meet your distributors, when you are going to the warehouse, you're still smart, but you're not suited up, okay? So on a normal day, I would advise the ladies to dress like this. Remember, business ready, of course, your shoes matter. They have to be closed. You can't be very smart like that and you're putting on African sandals. So it is very, very important to keep watch of what we are wearing, okay? Now, we also have what we call a business casual. Now, business casual comes just right down, okay, from business ready. And dressing up business casual, what do you need to look out for? You don't have to be, you don't want to be too casual, but also you don't want to be too dressy, okay? For example, many of us have attended weddings. If you showed up for a meeting in business professional when you're even putting on a waistcoat, yeah, you'd look like a groom for that day. So remember, men, when you're dressing up business professional, maybe that's not the day to wear suspenders, a bow tie, and, you know, a waistcoat. So you can wear a full suit. But now if you want to go down from business professional to business ready to business casual, you still want to be smart, but then not too casual. So that is what we call by business casual. So when do you dress business casual? For example, you are going to the head office and it's a Saturday and you're having a new distributor training, okay? So you can still wear your shirt or your blouse. You don't have to tuck in. You wear your, you're still formal, but in a casual manner, if you know what I mean. I think you can see some of those ladies in the photos. These are photos that we picked of Tanzania. Now, those ladies that you see are business casual. Even when they are putting on casual clothes, they are putting on closed shoes, they can pass for a weekend, you know, as they are going to present or they are going to do their business. They are going to do a business launch at the warehouse. It's a weekend. They are not too smartly dressed, but at the same time, they are not too professionally dressed. So if you're asked to show up dressed business casual, this is what we talk about. But remember that when we are dressing up, we need to look at the event, where you're going, the purpose for why you are going. So it's very, very important. That alone is going to determine how you are going to dress differently. So let's look at the men, okay? Now, the men, last time we talked about the essentials, and this is a recap for the men. And of course, for any man, we need to have a black pair of pants, brown, you know, we need to have black shoes in our wardrobe. By the way, for men, every one of us on the call, make sure that you have a pair of black a pair of black shoes or brown shoes which have shoelaces. A full business professional outfit must have shoelaces, okay? And remember, the color of your belt should always be the color of your shoes. So if you decide to wear brown shoes, then put on a brown belt. If you decide to wear black shoes, then put on a black belt. So it's very, very important to take note of that. Kindly note that these are the professional dressing standards, okay, worldwide. Now, men, business professional, and still we are doing a recap because this is something that we talked about last week. For men, when we talk about business professional, the goal is to look the best that you can, just like you see that gentleman in the photo, okay? When you're going for a presentation, for example, excuse me, for example, when you're having a presentation at an event, yeah, you need to make sure that you show up, you look sharp, okay? Right from your grooming, your tie, if you can see that that gentleman is putting on a well-fitting shirt. I remember one time we had a training and Mr. Kanakulia was teaching us that if two of your fingers can go in between your neck and your shirt, then that means that that shirt does not fit. So please make sure that you wear well-fitting clothes. You may be meeting new clients or representing, near life at an event. So the way you dress up represents you and your company. So remember that you need to keep it minimal. For men, you need to focus on black suits, gray suits, brown, navy blue, yeah, gray. You need to keep within those colors. If you put on a pink suit, it kind of takes you out of the business professional mode. Why? Because it attracts a lot of attention. Lime green, some people can show up in a lime green suit. So this also guides you on how you should go for shopping while you're looking for your professional wardrobe. Very, very importantly. So yes, we can continue. Okay. Now, of course, when you're looking at suits, look at pants with a matching jacket. The moment you put on two different colors, you're not business professional. You become business ready, okay? Sometimes it's very important to look at the material, and very, very important, watch out for the patterns and the colors. If you are wearing a shirt and this shirt is plain, chances are very high that when you want to look business professional, look for a tie that is maybe having some pattern, some color, so that you can be able to contrast. You look very, very good. And when you are wearing a shirt that has patterns, kindly do not put on a tie that has patterns as well. Make sure that your tie is plain. And now when you're dressing up business for professional, remember that you have to minimize attention. So avoid very, very deep colors like deep maroon for a shirt, because it's shouting. Lime green, yeah, you can keep within the white, the cream, the blues, that are subtle, just like you see in the photo there. And make sure that when you dress up, when people look at you, you are actually minimizing attention. You are smart. You are on point, okay? So I've also seen people who want to dress up business professional, especially the men, and then they wear short-sleeved shirts. Short-sleeved shirts are not professional, okay? You have to put on a long-sleeved shirt. Many times, many people remove their jackets and you realize that they were so smart till they put on, a short-sleeved shirt, okay? So very, very importantly, and please pay attention to your tie, yeah? Your tie should always be up to the length of the buckle. That's where the belt is. Make sure it's not too short and it's not too long, okay? So of course, men, keep it to the minimum when it gets to jewelry. You can wear, a watch, but I've seen many times men who wear chains, who wear earpins, who wear all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so if you want to dress up business professional, make sure that you are a little bit conservative, okay? Don't wear earrings, bracelets, and things like that. So I'm sure that last time we talked about the ties, and I really, really want to emphasize this, especially for those who are not on the call, just before we go to business ready and business casual for men. The reason I'm sharing this is because very, very, very importantly, many times you might want to show up business professional, but even the tie that you're wearing matters, okay? Personally, and I think I said this the last time, when you look at presidents, when you look at some of these world leaders, when they are going for very serious meetings, they put on a black suit, I've noticed, a white shirt, and then they put on a red tie, red stroke maroon tie. Yeah. So I do not know what that symbolizes, but I think the color red or maroon in itself shows, some kind of danger, or, it shows power, it shows authority. So Many times when you are invited to, speak at an event, you want to stand out as a man. I think if you have a choice, yeah, you can pick on a tie that is either red or maroon. Up to now, I've never known the reason why, but I've seen many world leaders when they are going for the great, 20 summits and things like that, they dress up like that. And of course, we've said pay attention to the patterns. They should not be too distinct. They have to be small to medium, not medium to large. Okay, so they can be dotted, they can be striped, but make sure they are small to medium, and make sure that the colors complement your suit. Enhance your appearance. Do not overpower it. Very important. So we talked about shoes, and I know that this is a repetition, but I believe that it's to bring us to a point of awareness, okay? Make sure that the length of your trousers does not touch down. And of course, it is not so short, And I remember I said this, if you want to dress up business professional, remember the shoes have to have shoelaces. At least have a pair in your wardrobe that has shoelaces. Then, of course, the socks, we said, do not wear happy socks. Happy socks are socks that have a lot of color. They have cartoons. They have so many patterns. Just keep it simple. Remember, the rule of thumb is make sure that you minimize attention. Okay, so when it gets to men, yeah, we still allude to the fact that you keep your hair, your nails, and your teeth well maintained. Your hair should be kept short and neat. And I think very importantly, just like women do, women, we have handbags. So we usually move around with some wipes, a comb. So when you get where you're going, before you go in for a meeting, pay attention, go to the washroom, clean your shoes, clean yourself, wipe your face. Sometimes you are coming from let's say from home, you've been walking, you're tired. Always make sure that you get time to first freshen up before you enter for a meeting. The way that you smell, the way that you carry yourself. And I believe next time we shall talk about poise, we shall talk about posture. We shall talk about the way that you carry yourself, the charm, all those things complement, that look. I know many of us here want to sponsor, but many times when people look at you, and you're sharing with them the vision, many times you need to ask a question. You need to ask yourself a question. Does this person want to join my team? Just by looking at me. Sometimes people can't even trust that we shall look after them just by the way that we look. So we need to pay attention. So make sure that your hair, your nails, your teeth are well groomed. And I talked about chikati last week. Chikati is when in etiquette, yeah. And I'm going to get a day where I take you through etiquette. Etiquette is acceptable behavior. So when you go out for a dinner, there are certain foods that you need to know. Yeah, there are certain foods that you can order for, and certain foods maybe you need to avoid. For example, I have a friend of mine who was sharing with me a testimony of how they went to apply for a job in the World Bank. And one of the things that they didn't tell them was, part of the job interview, they took them out to have lunch. And when they ordered for lunch, one of them ordered for a burger, okay, which was neat and easy to, eat. Then the other one ordered for pasta. Pasta is like, spaghetti, macaroni, that kind of stuff. So this guy who ordered for pasta kept eating and eating, and for one reason or the other, the pasta spilled on his shirt. Now, that was the end of the interview. They told him that, you know what, we do not want to give you this job, and you're seated with presidents at the dining table, and then you spill pasta all over your shirt. That was the end of him. So there is what we call acceptable behavior. So there are certain foods that are easier to eat than others. When you're going for a one-on-one, it wouldn't be such a good idea for you to order for, let's say, ground nuts, because they'll stick in your teeth and you won't have time to go and remove or brush them out. So very, very importantly, you need to remember that. So that's why we're talking about grooming. There are certain things that you need to do right. So when we're talking of men's accessories, keep it to the minimum. Men, the vest, the cufflinks, the ties should match the rest of your outfit, but don't wear everything at once, okay? Then for men, we talk about body modifications, the tattoos, earrings, piercings, and things like that. They don't really look very professional, especially for men when we look at the business professional outfits. So very importantly, that is what we call business professional. And when we have the physical meetings, we'll have an opportunity to share with you what works and what doesn't work. So very importantly, business ready for men. It's just a simple change away from business professional. The moment you remove the jacket or if you remove the tie, you go down to business professional, business ready. So when you're going to do a one-on-one, okay, you're not going for a big meeting, but you're going to do a one-on-one, you can dress business ready, okay? Now there's what they call business casual. Now for business casual, I think you can see the men. If you wear a shirt and tuck in, you're still smart, you can still pass for the day. That is what we call business casual. Many times, many men dress up, a different jacket, different color of pants, a shirt, that's business casual, okay? So all that, you still remember that you need to look at the colors, which are acceptable and which are not. So just keep it minimal and yeah. Then there's what we call casual casual. Now, what does casual casual mean? Casual casual means anything catchy. If you look at yourself and you're wearing anything catchy, anything t-shirt, anything jeans, anything sandals, anything shorts, anything Crocs, anything sneakers, you've graduated to casual casual, okay? Very, very important. Anything jeans, sneakers, sandals, shorts, t-shirts, you have graduated to casual casual. If you ever show up in a t-shirt, it doesn't matter how expensive it is, you are casual casual and you are not advised to dress casual casual when it is business time, okay? You can wear casual casual when you're going out to the beach, you're going to Mauritius with the company. That is the time to pull out your casual outfits, okay? And of course, like you see, that gentleman in the photo, he's wearing his leather shirt. He's not putting on socks. That is casual. He's even putting on shades, and you see the gentleman on the left-hand side is he could be wearing a shirt, but he's putting it on with jeans, a belt, which is brown. Even the colors are not really coordinating. That is casual. So very, very importantly, as we close our meeting, I would just like us to use the chat room, okay? With the little time that we have, I want us to use the chat room and just write down quickly what is wrong with these outfits, okay? What do you see? What is wrong with these outfits? Okay, so quickly write down what you think is wrong with these outfits so that we can be in position to close our meeting, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. What is wrong with these outfits? Okay. Okay. Anybody? Somebody's writing here that they are vague. What do you mean vague? Yeah. Type out what you think is wrong. Yes, some outfits expose the body. Okay. So when you're dressing up business professional, business ready, casual, business casual, make sure that you're not wearing revealing clothes. Thank you very much. What else? What do you think is wrong? Yes, the outfit is for some of the outfits, they are tight. You see the gentleman there, his button is not buttoned up because he just can't fit. So when we are dressing up, avoid putting on very, very tight clothes. Okay, great. Some don't fit well, yes. So what's wrong with these photos? Yeah, we have some other contributions. Please contribute. Today we are learning how to dress. The man's outfit is tight. He needs army tone. Wow. Yes, he needs army tone. Okay. What's wrong with that lady and her sandals? Okay. Uh, some of the outfits look untidy. Okay. Yes. Lady putting on open shoes, showing nails, and an open blouse. Interesting. Some people are selling something else and not near life products. Okay. Some of the clothes are not matching. Okay. Recklessness, especially the last gentleman showing his back. Actually, that's a lady. I think she has a tattoo. Okay. Many times when you have tattoos, make sure that nobody is looking at them. They look very unprofessional. These outfits, they don't represent you very well. Yeah, that's true. There's a man on the extreme right who is dressed, yeah, very smartly. I would like you to, make a few comments. Yeah. Um, Someone wrote comedian. Okay, the lady has put on too much makeup. Okay. The lady even has piercings in her mouth. Yeah. So when I look at somebody who has piercings like that, in fact, as they're doing the one-on-one, then they're explaining to me the business. In my mind, I'm feeling pain. I'm like, oh my goodness, how did she even pierce her mouth? Yeah. So we need to minimize attention. Then the gentleman on the right, bow tie for a wedding. Okay. Yeah, actually, when I saw that photo, truth be told, I thought that that gentleman was a waiter. Okay. I thought that he was a waiter, okay? Even when I go for a party. So sometimes you need to be very careful not to be mistaken. You might be a wedding guest, you've come through, but then somebody calls you and says, come and give me some, drink here. And you're like, no, but I'm a wedding guest, because he's wearing too many patterns, too many, he's wearing a bow tie, it's dotted. The West Coast, the West Coast, the waist coat is patterned, So it's when you're dressing up, remember to avoid too many patterns. You're putting on dots, you're putting on you know you're putting on patterns, lines, and they're also conspicuous. Yeah, so very, very important. I think we've got the gist of the matter, okay? And next time when we are dressing up, pay attention to how you're dressing. I'm sure that we have learned one or two things today that has uh, given us one or two ideas on how we can be in position to build our professional wardrobe. Of course, this is a topic that I really love to teach practically because it helps us understand better. So explore the idea of dress code as a form of non-verbal communication, okay? So what messages do different dress styles convey? And are these intentional or unintentional? That's the question that I would like to leave for you. So very, very importantly, from today onwards, let's pay attention to the way that we dress because it is a form of non-verbal communication. The way that you carry yourself, the way that you dress says a lot about you. And it's very, very important that we start paying attention to that. So next week, we are going to talk about posture. We're going to talk about poise. We are going to talk about charm, presentation, yeah? So we are going to talk about everything that is not usually taught because when we teach, it's about product, it's about business, yet there are some other things that actually, communicate even with us as communicating. So thank you so much for tuning in.